We are Legion.
What is up, comic fam? Welcome to the Legion of Comics, the 700 subscriber giveaway / celebration. I'm joined by a couple friends here. We got Nick's Kicks and Comics.
What is going on? Congrats, big guy. Congrats.
And the only comic man Andy down here.
We are Legion.
Yes, we are. Before we go any farther, I'm going to waste a little bit more time with an intro. Gives people an extra, 11 seconds to show up. So we got 20. We got 18 in the chat right now. Let's say hey to some of them. We got Rob Boswell. How are you doing? Chip Getler. Comic Man Andy himself.
Can he be
Underground Thundercat. What is going on? And the comic vet who just popped by before we went live to say hello, so he was able to make it briefly. He is working right now. Ayo. Lucretius, 1971, my brother from New Mexico. Luis, how are you doing? We got the Panda Man himself. Joe M, glad you can make it. Ramon, how's it going? We have the one, the only, Austin LeMay is in the chat. And for you all who don't know, he's a fantastic artist. And when you say how fantastic, the answer can only be hashtag Austin over Peach. Do not forget it. Learn his name.
You know, I think there's a subreddit. I think there's a subreddit for that out there.
There should be if there's not.
Deep cut. Get it?
Free Key Louie. I don't think we can be more Legion. Sold Twice is in the building. The Southern Comic Geek. Cardboard Crazies. Glad you could stop by. Gary B, the casual comic guy, the Grow Together Godfather himself. Appreciate you stopping by. Trucking with Comics is here. DJ Links. And let's see, Blue. Whack Comics is here. Good day. James, there's just a lot of people showing up. Austin Raines, big time winner right there. That dude cleared house the other night on the Pandas giveaways. Comic Hunter. And the chat jumped on me. But we got TM Nerdy, Spectacular Spider Grandpa. Slotted Up is in the building. Tagar Paramarthas is here. Appreciate everyone stopping by. There's 35 people in the chat that I'm seeing. So before we go any farther, I want to say thank you to those that are popping in at the beginning. So I'm going to go ahead and give something away real quick. Right off the bat here. And this is going to be the Batman 100, Batman 102 set, which is the first cameo and full appearance of the Ghostmaker. So who knows how this will pan out? Who knows if you have one? If you didn't want to pay for one, here's your chance to get one without paying for one. So y'all know how these private chats work on this thing. I'm going to send you a number in here. I'm just going to put it into the private chat there for Nick and Comic Man Andy to see. So we're going to do a number, and don't put it in there yet until I put the starting line in there. But it's going to be a number between 1 and 30 because there's no reason to drag this out forever. So as soon as you see that starting line, start guessing numbers between 1 and 30. Let's go.
Man, thanks for having me, man. I'm so glad you invited me. While these people guessed this number, dude, I just had to share with you, man. I had a really rough day. I really had a rough day, so I'm so glad you invited me. I'm so looking forward to this. You know, after 15 years, I finally quit my job as a treadmill tester. I got tired of it. I just couldn't see myself going anywhere.
So in that little time right there that we got that very, very pertinent information, I got the winner already, the fourth number down to Trey Gordon. You got the number at 17. Oh,
right.
Nick, how was your day?
Uh, I'm getting used to Comic Man Andy because I'm like, hey, all right, congratulations, that's a big step. Oh, and you see what I did there too with the treadmill.
Yeah.
So he's having a good time. So I'm not going to play straight man for him anymore.
So trade Gordon, buddy, you got it right off the bat with number 17. So reach out to me on Instagram. I'm assuming you have Instagram. If you don't have Instagram, no worries. You can email me right there.
What if he has instant kilo? Does that work?
I'm not sure. Not even sure what that would be.
Nobody get it?
Nobody.
Weights, grams, kilos. Ah.
Oh, it's a kilo. I was thinking like computer. I thought you said kilos. I'm like, man.
Alrighty.
All right, so we got him down for Ghost. Swinging for the fences there, Andy.
I'm just waiting to see what he's going to say next. I'm having a good time already.
Louis right there with you, though, Andy. Apparently,
All right, he's got to leave.
yeah. Let's go back to the chat and see who else we have in here. It looks like we're up to 51 watchers right now. We got numerous giveaways going down tonight. Numerous. But I just wanted to go and throw one out there real quick for the people that were able to make it first off. But Luis Ramirez is in the building. Warlord is here. I appreciate you coming by. Underground Thundercat. Flash by Night. Pocan Joe is here for the show. He had a awesome video drop today reviewing the new comic books. Appreciate that too, brothers. Yeah, if y'all don't mind hitting that thumbs up, I hear it's pretty helpful to us people working on putting this content out there. Miss So, what is happening? That's one of my chat buddies. Every Friday night, I love hanging out on the Blasting and Stashing channel. Listen to those guys just hang out, chop it up, and talk new comics. And Miss So is always in the chats there as well. The Comic Lounge is in the building. He'll be doing a giveaway as well for his 500 subscriber mark at 10 o'clock tonight.
Nice.
Chris is a great guy. Sam, the cover collector, is in the building. Another member of the Blasting and Stashing crew, the spectacular Spider Grandpa. Swap for Comics. Appreciate you stopping by. Harsh Life Spotlight. Damn, Julie. I feel like you can go on for days just saying hey to everybody in the chat. I don't know how you keep up with it. You're good at it. You like pace it out throughout your shows.
That's I get on and I try and have fun. If I'm not having fun, it's not working. You know what I mean? I just try.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of times I'm able to catch, like when you do those like at 11:30 in the day, those are like ideal for me because I'm normally standing there grooming a dog, and I send like whoever's working for me that day, I send them to lunch so I can have that quiet middle of the day with no one in there while I groom. I just listen to those mail and stuff.
Yeah, that unfortunately I was really digging doing that stuff early in the day. My life took a big change schedule wise, so I'm gonna be back hanging out with everybody on like a normal schedule on weeknights and weekends. You know?
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's tough to appease those corporate overlords that time of the day sometimes too.
Yeah. Where's Wink Ink when you need him?
Mm.
All right. I want to give something else away. We got 58 in the chat. How many thumbs ups do we have? We have 42. It looks like. Let me refresh this.
43.
43. Well, when we get to 46 thumbs up, I'll give something away. Because there's 56 watching. That's not very difficult to get 3 more thumbs up, is it?
We're at 46 right now.
Well, there it is.
Nice.
All right. So what should we give away next? There's Batman Fortnite 0 points.
Fortnite.
Ooh, nice.
Number 2 dropping today. That might be helpful.
Number 2 dropped yesterday for me.
Oh.
So this one is polybag still. My LCS hooked me up with another copy. That's the Augusta Book Exchange in Augusta, Georgia. You can find those guys on Facebook. They don't have like an online store or anything like that. They do have a website, but yeah, you can check them out on Facebook if you want to check them out. They're really just kind of a local shop. I mean, they really play to the local comic shop thing. But he hooked me up with another copy for the giveaway, and this one is not polybagged because I do read the books I get, even if I give them away. I want to be able to talk about them. But they do have the digital code still in them because I don't Fortnite. So there's people out there that do, and I hear that these are kind of people are chasing these right now.
Sorry,
go ahead.
I said my LCS was rather crowded today with people looking for them.
Both Tuesdays I went to pick up my comics. I'm always there open for DC, and there's been dads sent by their kids to go get them. I'm a dad. I have 3 kids. They didn't send me. Yeah, I've got a 1, a 3, and a 13-year-old.
I got 1, and that's plenty.
Oh.
Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree. But every time, I'm like, I don't want another one, then I don't regret it. But we're done. We're definitely done. My wife wanted a little girl. She got it, so we got lucky. But do you know who's the biggest Fortnite fan I know? Easily the biggest Fortnite fan I know. It's not even a competition. This guy.
What up, guys? How's it going? Congrats on all the success, my dude. Oh, there you
go. What up, man?
What up, Andy? What up, Nick? How's it going?
That's a slim-faced looking Burke right there.
No, I have a long ways to go still. Long ways to go.
Dude, my boy Specs Thompson is in the chat tonight. And for y'all who don't know, he launched his Kickstarter today for issue 3 of Legacy of the View. It's a comic that he created, the comic character he created. And if y'all don't know about it, go over to Instagram and check out Legacy of the View, and you can get all the information there, what to go check out on Kickstarter. Let's help him get that funded, because it's a lot of work that people put into these books, and check it out. You have to ask Mommy. I don't know. I do know. I
play that game.
Yeah. So how many likes are we up to, Nick?
We passed 60. Oh, we're at 59 right now.
Okay, that's a good number. Let's give away some Fortnite books. What do y'all say?
Yeah.
Fortnite, let's go.
So should we do the comment generator? I almost said condom.
Well, that's definitely protected.
Yeah. Oh, we'll go get them then. Or should we do a number? Oh, this is the nature of this channel, Andy. There's going to be kids.
No. That was everybody missed the joke. I said you said that word, and I said, well, that's protected. It's protection.
Oh, yeah.
It's prophylactic.
I didn't miss it. I even showed the extra baggage.
Oh, I missed it.
Trust me, a good condom joke ain't gonna get past me.
Dad jokes.
So we almost that would be the number probably at this point, Rob. But we're gonna have to go with a different one. All right, should we do a comment generator or should we do a number?
You want to alternate?
I'm gonna do a number for my giveaway for you. So you do whatever.
I did a number for that first one. I'm definitely going to do the comment generator for the slabs. That way, the people that aren't able to make it because they're working or family stuff, that they're not penalized for not being able to be here in the live. And I'm definitely saving that Hellblazer run for a little bit later.
Hey, so can I say when we hit 75 likes that I'll do the giveaway that I'm good?
Sounds good. Sounds good. And also, let me go ahead and announce that Hoarder's Hide has donated a huge mystery box to this as well that I'll go through here. So there's tons of prizes tonight. So that's going to be a 10-book mystery box with the flashy book being Thor 371, which is the first appearance of Justice Peace. So if you know anything about Hoarder's Hide, his collection is sick. Like he's from tons of Goldens all the way up to modern stuff. So you never know what he'll put in one of them. What's up, Kenneth Bird? So for the sake of the easiness of it, I think we're going to do another number for this one. One of y'all throw a number in the chat. Yes, sir. You want them a little warm?
Between what and what?
What? No, he wants his chicken nuggets warmed up.
What number? Like, what do you mean? Like 1 through like 80, or 1 through 100, or one?
No, keep it short so they don't have to guess forever. You know what I mean? There's, like keep it like a 30 number range probably. Just do like number either 30 through 60 because we just did 1 through 30. All right, Steve, throw a starting line in there and give these books away. I'm gonna go heat up some chicken nuggets.
All right.
I can respect some chicken nuggets.
Here we go. There's the starting line. We know the number. It's in the private chat here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Burke, man, it's so good to see you while these people are guessing, man.
Yes, it is good to see you too, Comic Man Andy. You're an awesome guy. I love watching your live streams. I feel like I'm in almost all of them.
Dude, I had such a crazy day. I finally gave in. While these people are guessing, dude, I quit my job. Seriously.
No, you didn't.
I quit my job. I just, testing treadmills for a living. I just couldn't see. I just couldn't see myself going anywhere.
Oh my gosh, amazing!
That was terrible.
I don't think you've seen it. Have you guys seen a number yet?
I've seen one. Fahima Khatun.
Oh, I'm supposed to be helping. I'm sorry.
Who got it?
You are. You're helping more than you know, Andy.
Fahima Khatun.
Okay.
I'm sorry. What? Excuse me.
I haven't seen it. Wait. Fahima Khatun.
Yeah.
Yes, that is who I see as well. Fahima Khatun. It was number 35.
Verified.
It was right after Rumikyu Studios.
Can I get it in my bag tape?
Yeah. I'm writing that down.
I wish I could get my kid to take a haircut. What up, little homie? Awesome haircut, dude. My son will not let me cut his hair.
I'm going to bed.
He's got Power Rangers PJs?
Heck yeah. That's
buddy. I'm so jelly.
Hey, so when does Finn do another statue unboxing?
Ask him.
Hey, Finn, you got any more statues coming?
You got any more statues?
You have any more cool statues coming?
Yeah, I got Flash.
Which one?
Flash.
Flash?
Uh-huh.
Okay, we'll have to work on that. So he has a Flash coming. You want your nuggets?
Yeah.
Which is weird because nobody told me he had a Flash statue coming, but
Nuggets.
Chicken nuggies. We call them chicken nuggies at my house.
alrighty. So it was Fahima Khatun. So if you'll just message me on Instagram, not right now. I mean, preferably like later tonight or tomorrow, because I got a really busy phone right now. But if you do not have Instagram, you're going to need to email me here. And yeah, we'll get those out to you. Hopefully you're in the continental United States. To everybody who wins tonight, didn't really specify that, but we'll work it out if you're not. So basically, if you're not in the continental United States, I'll cover like a certain amount of the shipping. You'd have to cover the rest. I'm not shipping something to Antarctica all on me. You know what I'm saying? It's not happening.
8675309. What's up, DJ Links? How's it going?
Oh my! I've been staring at that number and be like, whose digits is he giving on? It didn't even click. It didn't even click.
It didn't click for you? Oh my gosh.
Jenny from the block.
I'm embarrassed to say that.
I don't doubt this. That's probably the secret. Y'all need Finn.
Can I give away my books?
Yeah, if you want to.
All right. So as a congrats to Mark for getting 700 and now 750 subs, I wanted to give away a couple of books. I'm going to give away these 2 books and then a couple others as well, just some random throwing books. But these are the ones you guys want. This is Nonstop Spider-Man #1, 616 Comics exclusive by Perillo.
Ooh, that's sick.
Nice.
Love the purple color. And then, I had to throw in one of these. I have a couple extra. They're not 9/8 candidates, but it is the official Burke fan variant for Mighty Morphin #4. So
nice.
These 2 books, along with a couple other throw-in books for your giveaway. So we're going to do another number. and I'm going to put it. You guys help me with the number. You guys give me a number here. Put it in a private chat.
So what do we do? We just did 30 through 60?
We did.
Yeah.
So we do 60
through 90?
Or just do 1 through 30 again.
Well, there you
Easier
go.
to see smaller numbers, right?
Whatever you guys, just someone put in a number in a private. There we go. We're going to do 30 through 60. And we'll put the starting line right now. Here we go.
Now this song stuck in my head.
Yeah, right.
309.
Oh,
Got
I
it.
already saw it.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
yep.
Yep.
That was quick. That's 2 quick ones. I got Mark
Wow.
Howard.
Mark Howard is who I also got.
That's
Yeah,
what
How-
number 55.
How'd you guess
Howard?
that?
See, I knew he was going to do it. I knew it. I knew it.
55 was the number. Comic Man Andy came up with it. Mark Howard, I need you to message me over on Instagram at BurkeFamily54Comics, and I can get these out to you along with a couple other books.
You should probably ask him how he'd like to receive them.
Oh my gosh. Sorry. Oh my god.
Did you didn't check with Steve? He's looking for a used car yet, Andy.
What?
Are you really? Are you looking for a used car?
I am not.
Oh man, do you know anybody?
No.
You sure?
Positive.
It's just awesome to watch this unfold, by the way. I'm really.
What's that?
It's awesome to watch this unfold, by the way.
I gotta keep trying. I mean, it's just taking up space at this point. It's just I've really come to terms, and I've decided to let go of my original DeLorean. It's super dope. It's super clean, low miles. I mean, it's immaculate because I only drive it from time to time.
Holy smokes. Holy cow.
Great Scott.
That's the reaction I've been looking for.
Oh man. Amazing.
And it does get up to 88 miles an hour, he said. So
Yeah.
Wow.
At least once.
My mom said she had a pair of those shoes that Marty McFly has in the movie. She said she had a pair of those.
Well, your
Because
mom's super fun.
I guess everyone had those shoes back in the day with the red Nike.
Well, I thought you were talking about Nick would probably know about this, but when they did the exclusive Nikes from Part 2.
Just as an aside, they had those ones he was wearing on the hoverboard.
Yeah.
And I think those are $20,000 a pair.
Jeez. How much were they when they dropped?
They were going that day probably 50,000.
Wow.
A lot of them
So
were
how many-
raffled off.
How many do you have?
Zero.
You can only afford one shoe, right?
Yeah, no. It's actually very hard. That's why I moved over to comics, because kicks are too hard to get.
We're going to be waiting a long time for that other shoe to drop.
My God.
Steve said, my God.
Who let me in here?
All right, so that I think on that note, it's time for another giveaway.
All right.
The guys over at the Comic Burrito has suggested this title to me, Frank on the Farm. So Cole had AOK'd me issues 2, 3, and 4, and I supplied the first issue. So I guess in keeping with the numbers, we're going to go ahead. We're going to drop another starting line. We'll pick from 1 to 30 now, and the lucky winner will get these 4 issues.
He is still laughing at his own jokes over here. Amazing.
All right, so we'll do a number from 1 through 30, and we'll put a starting line in. And go. 1 through 30.
I think it's hilarious that you haven't made Nick a moderator yet.
Nope, I think we got it.
Yeah, I got it with
Garcia?
Jonathan Garcia.
Yes, sir, Jonathan Garcia.
How is Nick not a mod is what I want to know.
Steve, quit being so judgy.
Oh,
Oh, my bad. My bad. Just a lot of expectations when you're a mod. We need more help.
Yeah, Nick is a mod.
all right, cool. So, who was
I'm a
that?
dad. Terrible joke. Sorry.
I missed
So,
who-
Jonathan Garcia, be sure.
Thank you, sir. Yep, you can hit me up on Instagram at Nick's Kicks and Comics.
You can drop your Instagram link in the chat if you want,
Yes, sir.
because you're a mod.
I'm a dad mod.
Oh,
It's not
hilarious.
as
So you
good
got a
as,
Dotson, do you, Andy?
not as good as Andy's.
My jokes suck compared to Andy's.
And he's been pretty consistent. He's been killing it since he got on. Even in the back room, he was killing it.
I'm literally just showing you guys my. Oh, you got a wiener too.
Do you want to finish that joke?
Mine's camo.
Yeah, mine's chocolate.
Come here, dude.
Yeah, so they say in show business, you never work with kids, you never work with animals. We've had both.
I do both.
Steal the show.
We've got 3 at home, actually. We've got a chocolate, we've got a black and tan, and we have a dapple. And they're nuts.
Yeah, love that dog. Oh, puppies.
So, Mark, I have to ask you, having this many subscribers, was there ever a point throughout this whole journey, did you want to quit, give up? Did it not become not fun?
No, not at all. Not yet. See, that's like Andy touched on it. I don't do anything at all on my channel that I don't want to do. Like, everyone has their own little niche. Like for me, like my favorite part about comics is literally the stories, reading them, getting excited for that next chapter. Just like with people waiting on that next episode of a TV show. Like that's where my passion is that next little fraction of a story that see if it can kind of live up to what I'm hoping for, or can it blow my mind. So that's pretty much all I do on my channel is just talk about the stories in the comics and unbox the stuff that I'm interested in and into. So it's never unpleasant. Anybody that watches my channel knows that there's a lot of John Jang art on it. I love John Jang art. Collect the whole set, But I enjoy talking with people and connecting with people. And yeah, this was the best decision that Steve ever yelled at me to do, is to start up a YouTube. I told him I had uploaded a Power Rangers local comic shop day blind box unboxing on a Facebook group. And he's like, you should put it on YouTube. I'm like, well, it's on the YouTube. He's like, put it on YouTube. I'm like, all right.
I remember that.
That was my first. That was my first foray into this.
I remember that.
Tomorrow on Small Town Collectibles, Jimmy the Don and myself went at the 10 questions. He had me on the show, so that'll be airing tomorrow. So that was a good time.
I do have to run, Mark. I got to put my kid to sleep, but I did want to jump on and give away some books and tell you congrats.
Well, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for always showing up for these things.
Absolutely. And tomorrow, if you want to join, it'd be cool. We can talk. We can talk this book. It's your.
I'm actually an issue behind. Dude, this is the first time that there was cover choices, and you grabbed the porn cover.
I
Really?
did have a cover B.
You grabbed the porn cover. Call it what it is.
It was the Asian Pacific American Heritage Month. How dare
It's
you?
the not Burke family approved cover is what it is. Are you gonna have to blur that out on your channel?
No. Oh, shit. No, but I think we'll probably talk Suicide Squad, Batman 108, and I don't know. What probably the next Batman #2 and some firepower. So
Yeah, Suicide Squad is off the chain.
I'm excited to read it. I haven't read anything yet. I did
I was
get next
expecting it
week's,
to be all right, but
I did get next week's book. If you know what I'm talking
Power
about.
Rangers.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm waiting on it then.
Yep. All right, you guys have a good night and congrats
I
again.
haven't got the email yet, bro.
Yeah, I'll do it as soon as I put my kid to sleep. You guys have a good night.
See you later, Bert.
Peace.
Later, Andy. Later, Nick.
Chloroform works really well.
Yeah.
Oh,
Probably the best.
no reaction at all. Okay.
Oh man, no, it's not compared to your meat potato covers there. Mike shows off every week his meat potato pick of the week, and it's probably just like a hillbilly hair shy of penetration every week.
Nice bra strapper.
All right, so now I think I've got this Hellraiser run, the Batman, what is it, Miracle Molly appearances, 2 slabs, and the Hoarder's Hide mystery box to give away. What should we give away next? Pretty much, he agrees.
The joke in the office next week is, "Hey, quick, sniff your mask at work." It's smell like chloroform. Everybody's knocked out.
What was that in Hall Pass? Remember that when they were going through all the horrible pickup lines, and one he just leans up, "Does this smell like chloroform?" Holds a rag up to her face.
Oh man, I tell you what. Congratulations again, man.
I appreciate it.
Ooh.
So this is the Hellraiser Rise and Fall. This was from the DC Black Label series. It is prestige format, so it's oversized, which is awesome for artwork purposes. And this was A-OK to me by Pocan Joe, and I have it. So instead of hoarding it, I'm going to send it right back out to the community because I know that's what he would want done with it. Get it into somebody's hands who doesn't own it, who hasn't read it, who would love it. Tom Taylor wrote it, man. He crushes on Constantine. So I think I'm going to go over to the comment generator for this one because we haven't done that yet. Let me get this. Copy. Okay, so I'm supposed to share my screen too.
Wow. And while he's working on that, everybody watching, I mean, this is a great time to possibly organize the greatest hide and seek tournament ever. Unfortunately, really good players are hard to find.
He's here all week, ladies and gentlemen.
All week. Yeah.
I'm just gonna get banned from the community at some point.
So I went to the 750 subscriber giveaway, copied the URL, threw it in here. We're going to filter duplicate users. And that's it. So I'm going to get my comments. Let's see. I think there's going to be around 80. There's 93 comments in there. So again, this is for the Constantine, Hellblazer, Rise and Fall, the whole series 1 through 3 from Tom Taylor, A-OK'd by Pocan Joe, and the winner of this set is Gucci Poo.
It's an awesome nickname.
What was that name?
Gucci Poo.
Gucci Poo. You all right?
Uh,
So I'm going to spin it one more time for a runner-up.
Come on, Nick's Kicks and Comics.
So we have Navik, Vaughn. So Gucci Poo has 48 hours to read. You all right over there, Andy? Gucci Poo has 48 hours to reach out.
Gucci Poo.
And if he does not claim his prize, I see Navik is in the chat. If he does, he has 48 hours, Navik. If you want to hit me up in 2 days to check and see, so that'd be Friday. Hit me up. And if he hasn't claimed it, it is all yours. So again, you'll be able to message me on Instagram, or if you don't have Instagram, email me at this address. Congrats to Gucci Poo.
Stop motion. I'm losing it.
That is hilarious. Stupid stop motion.
I want to die peacefully in my sleep like my grandfather, not screaming and yelling like the passengers in his car.
We got a good crowd tonight.
How many subscribers have you lost? Are you still above 700?
Yeah, it's 759.
Our Mark's 100 subscriber giveaway.
Very professional. Yeah, we run a tight ship around here, Biggie. Andy, how long have you had a channel?
2 years now, actually. I'm actually coming up on 2 years.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
The first 2 years, or the first year was, I was just like, I'm going to play it really chill. This is it's my doorway into this amazing comic book community, right? And there's so many amazing channels out there with so much amazing content. I was like, I'm not looking to build a brand. I'm not looking to like build a channel. But then I got to realize if I did stuff that I considered fun and people joined in, it made it even more fun.
Mm-hmm.
So you can find a ton of different new comic book day shows, but I have so much fun on Wednesdays that I would actually have less fun not recording it. There's so many people coming in and enjoying that. It legitimately recharges me every week on Mondays and Wednesdays. It's kind of like, here I am, let's recharge, let's have a good time. And now I'm rambling and bring it back around. It's been about 2 years, but that first year was literally kind of like just kind of hanging out, chit-chatting here and there. It was contest entries, this stuff, and kind of getting used to utilizing editing software and camera equipment, live streaming, and then a DSLR camera and lighting. You want to know the biggest struggle with live streaming and with filming or doing stuff on YouTube is seriously like lighting. Lighting is so hard to get right.
Talking about for like glare purposes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I took I'm in my dining room. There's a 5-bulb little chandelier right above my head, which just destroys any lighting chances you have. So I just stopped caring. Like I just used my laptop camera. I was a mobile device for like 3.5 out of 6 months that I've done YouTube, or about 3 out of 6 months. And yeah, I just haven't focused on the tech aspect. I got into it just to connect with more people and talk comics, because there's so few people. I have my dad. I'm a second generation collector, so I have my dad to talk about all the time. But he's literally a decade behind on reading. He just because he reads so much other stuff, novels and stuff like that, and golden age collections and stuff. But yeah, I just haven't focused much on that. It's something I'm planning on trying to do. I'm going to be getting a better camera here soon, and maybe some kind of a microphone or something. Because even the headphones that I use with a little microphone on them, I think they started going out this week, and I don't want to just spend money on stuff. That money can go toward an actual little microphone, that's actually decent and stuff like that. But I haven't even started learning how to edit barely. I just one take everything, and I'm perfectly fine with that. Makes it simple for me. But I was talking to my wife about kind of getting to the point where I want to start trying to push myself a little more, because it is fun playing with it. Like 2 times that I tinkered with editing were so that I could. So because Finn wanted to open these statues on the on camera, and I had no clue how to get that to work out right. So I just tried to do it, recorded it. The method I tried to use didn't work. So in a haste at 1:00 at night before I had to be up at 5 for work, I just got on my computer down in the search bar and said video editor and pulled one up that was just stock on the laptop and just edited something together. And I figured out it wasn't as hard as I thought it was. So with just a little bit of effort, I'm sure it'd be easy to learn.
But the thing is in addition to doing all the comic stuff, finding books, working, family, where's the time to learn that? And if you think it's hard to get glare out of glasses and slabs, look at this. You think it's hard? Look how I got to balance.
I thought you had one of those meth head headlamps on.
No, and if I put the light on in front, then I have it on my forehead, and then you guys can pretty much watch my whole stream. So you know how hard it is for me to try to grow hair to get the glare away? It's not easy. It's not easy.
Yeah, I started just taking a little trick out of Freaky Louie's videos. You know, whenever you see him showing books, they're just out of bag and board. You know, his wife recommended it to him, and I'm not reselling none of my stuff. All my stuff is for my personal enjoyment. You know, if I had something that I was worried about fingerprints on or something, I wouldn't do that. But I just started pulling them out of the bags and showing them off. And to be honest with you, it's kind of I found it to be personally really enjoyable as well, taking them out and actually looking at them one good time. And because then at that point they're really just going in the collection, you know, and pull them out every now and then to look at them. But
I got
you know,
really lucky. Just grabbing them, I realized if I tilt them just like a degree or two forward, it deflects the light down, and it just worked.
oh, perfect. Now, do you have one of those little circle lights with the camera in the middle?
Actually, I have two LED panels, one on either side. I have a key light and a fill light. And if anybody out there doing YouTube or getting into YouTube gets into the channels to learn about lighting and learn about photography, take it all with a grain of salt, because I didn't need any of this, and I've been working on it for like the last year and a half, and I really didn't need it. It's been a fun journey, but like simply like your guys' lighting is spot on, and you know, it looks fine. It looks great. It wasn't until I finally found soft boxes to put over these LED panels that the lighting actually, I feel like the lighting actually got better on my end. It's just kind of one of those things where DJ Links is going to know exactly what I'm saying, where you set up a light, it looks good. The next live stream or the next recording you go to do, and you're like, huh? Well, you move the light like an inch, and then now your formula is off. And you'll never be able to find that perfect lighting scenario again. And it's always because the sun's in a different spot in the sky, or there's always something, an outlier that you can't control that kind of throws off the lighting. And it's just been one of those, it's like chasing a dragon that you can never get to.
Or is it enjoyable to try to find that sweet spot again, though? To play with it, to tweak with it?
I think I finally found it, and it took just a set of simple soft boxes from Newer for my LEDs to break up the harshness of the LED light.
I want to hit this real.
You can just test out certain things for an hour and a half, like Remy Q.
Mm-hmm.
See what works.
What are we, celebrities or something? Coming from like the most flashy guy, dude. I love his intros where you just see him like putting on all this gear and his belt. Then he puts that weird reptile heat lamp right in his face and grabs his mic and just goes at it. We'll go back to Wheelchair Superhero 87. You was wondering what got you all into comics?
Ooh.
Which time? Because I've been in and out probably the past 35 years.
In and out. Here comes a Comic Man Andy joke. What got you into comics initially, Nick?
It was a thing to do in grade school. Like, you know, in 5th or 6th grade, this was like around the time John Byrne's X-Men was out. You know, like the 120s, early 130s. And it just, that time Crisis on Infinite Earth came out too. And you just started coming in, you know, I guess around that age, you start to come into your cool stuff. Oh, that's cool art, or that's a cool character. And I guess not being the most popular kid, I love to read. So it kind of like hit me in a perfect storm. Didn't have much money, so I would borrow comics from the kids at school, and I just loved it. I used to sit in front of the radio and act out different characters from like the Fantastic Four. They had those golden reprints with the albums in the back. I don't know if you guys were old enough, or your dad probably knows, Mark. But
about with the records, the small records?
The small records, yep.
Yeah. I'm not old enough to experience them firsthand, but I'm very aware of them.
So
he just calls you a young buck.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you know you find girls and you find sports and you kind of lose it for a little bit, and then you see Amazing Spider-Man 347 and that cool Venom covering, like, oh, this is what comics is about again. And then you endure through the 90s and you're like, this is crap. And then, you know, in the year 2000, all the books and all the stories get really good again. And you're like, oh, well, this is worth collecting.
Hey,
You
be
know,
sure to hit the recap from this point on tomorrow to see if you win. We got some stacks more prizes coming.
so it's been in and out. I mean, you get married, you have kids, that kind of detracts, and you get used to that stuff too, and then you find your way back in again, like I did. And I've been back in since October or November, and it's completely the opposite of what I remember collecting was. You know, and then you throw onto that what the market is now, and having to deal with that, and that's just insane, also. So.
Now I know with me there's definitely that time era when when you're a kid you don't have any expenses, and everything that you're getting is kind of just coming through your parents or through any kind of like chores or work you're doing as a kid, breaking yards, this and that. You don't have a really care in the world to spend your money except on stuff like toys, collectibles, whatever you want to at the time. And then you hit this weird part like called your 20s, where all of a sudden you're trying to find your place, find a career, find a job, find like stability, and all that stuff kind of falls to the wayside to a degree. Like I would through my 20s, I was still reading heavily, but it was all like I would hit used trades and stuff like that, and I would have to be buying events and that form. I found that to be the best way for me to keep up with it. But then toward the end of my 20s, when everything started getting on track, and life was starting to look like how life is going to look, it's just been gangbusters since.
Yeah, and then you hope to pass it on to your kids, your enjoyment, and hope they find what you found in it.
So far, so good. I got that from my dad. He's been collecting since 1963, like
Ooh.
nonstop, like solid, even to this day. So I just grew up around that. I've always had a love for it. So I hope that my 13-year-old, she's huge into manga. She loves manga, and she would rather read it than watch it all day long. So I'm just hoping that Finn and Laura get the same excitement from it, because that's really what drove me to want to learn how to read. Like I was reading at a young age because I had comics around. Before I was able to read them, I was definitely just opening them up and looking at the pictures, and just that was a good thing about them, especially in the 90s. You can follow the story enough in the picture. He punched him. This guy lost. All I needed.
Yeah,
Is
I don't know that I ever stopped buying comics, but I had ebbs and flows big time.
Mm-hmm.
Like that first comic book in the 80s as a kid, that first Punisher book hooked me right from the beginning.
Mm.
But then there's always kind of been you never had really money until all of a sudden you're doing yard work and you got a bike and I could ride to the LCS and pick stuff up. And then, you hit that magical post high school era where you're out doing stuff. And I sold off my original collection actually, because comic books don't travel well when you're in the military and you want beer money. So it made sense. And now I look back kicking myself, and I grew up buying a ton of those 90s books that Nick really wasn't into, that at that time, even high print runs with everything else, that's you ate with your eyes, and they really sold you on those covers and a lot of the other stuff, like Gen 13. I mean, Witchblade. There's so many other great things out of the 90s that I fell in love with. And even then, after that, even after selling that collection, I'd still pick up a little bit I never got rid of my Punisher pieces. I still picked up a little bit here and a little bit there, but I didn't start heavily loading up and buying until about 3 or 4 years ago. Actually, no, about five years ago. And that was originally when we had to come up with new plans. My wife and I, we were, trying to start a family, and we eventually ran into that news that we were told that we'd never be able to have kids. So you kind of have to stop, take that in, absorb it. And then we sat down and got beers and burgers one night, and we were coming up with a new plan for ourselves. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get back into regular weekly comic books again. And when I walked back into the shop, the first thing they told me, I'm like, hey, what's the first thing I need to get into? And the first thing they pointed me to was, what did I miss out? Saga. Was it 2012? So I buy the trade paperback without even looking into it. I get home, and what takes place in Saga in those first 2 pages? She has a baby. That's That's a tough pill to swallow from old Mother Universe there. So I took that book and chucked it right across the room. I was so angry, so upset. I don't think I've ever been so upset in my life. 2 weeks later, we found out we were pregnant.
Hmm.
Like I shit
That's
you not,
awesome.
like 2-3
And now
weeks
that's like
after
one of
that.
that's like your that's like the series that you're known by. People that watch your channel know that you love Saga.
That's why that Saga has that much of a grip and a hold in our lives and in our hearts. That's why that story, that situation is why Saga is so dear to us, because it wasn't just a story, it became intertwined in our own lives. Because as we watched and read, like not real time, not when the issues are coming out, but as we were catching up with the story and we were reading this, as they were raising Hazel, we were raising our own child. So we felt like we were living that to some degree, and we were able to share some of those experiences. And I'm like, this is really hitting home. And it was a number of years ago, I found the CBSI article talking about the print runs of Saga and the collectability and all this other stuff. I'm like, why not go head first in and go completionist collection on that? And I've been working on it ever since.
And you're pretty close to that with everything that's been released so far?
This book right at my fingertip right there is the last book that I need to get graded, and it's the Comic-Con India variant, or the India Comic-Con. It's the last variant that I have to get graded to complete all of the number ones, and it's a ghost book. That was a Comic-Con in the country of India, had a convention, and every person that walked through that door got a grab bag, and in every grab bag was a copy of Saga. Every person, every individual, every person under the age of 21, every person under the age of 18, every young child walking through the door got a grab bag with that book in it. So there was a huge controversy, and most of the copies were destroyed, thrown away. So it's turned into a ghost book. Somebody's got to be sitting on a short box or two somewhere in the world. But
you have it.
There were lawsuits against the convention and lawsuits against some of the other places because there's extremely graphic content, and they were giving them to kids because nobody at the convention that was working the convention really read the book.
Wow.
So that is a copy behind you, not just a placeholder, right?
Yeah, that's the actual copy. I've only found two. One of them looked like it came out of a trash can in the UK, which I paid $20 for and was happy for that. This one I found from a seller on the West Coast, and it was kind of like spent like 4 months hemming and hawing and back and forth, and finally I just kept saving up $10, $20 here and there, and I'm like, you know what? Just send it. I've been rambling though. Carry on. Sorry.
No, dude, that's perfectly fine. I'm like, I'm completely invested in listening to the story.
That's a great story. Yeah. Did you just happen to find that book? Were you actively looking, or did you get lucky in finding it?
I was actively looking and had been for about a year, I think.
Now that's I have nowhere near like the soul tie to this book that you do with that. Obviously, like that doesn't happen to just anybody with something like that. But I'm a completionist with John Jang's cover art, and his very first published cover was on a book that comes out in trade form, and it was for Tales of the Moonlight Cutter. I was able to find that fairly easy, but I was talking to him, and I showed him like, I finally got this, your first cover. He goes, well, that's my first published cover. I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, well, back in 2017, there was this convention where they were showcasing this sci-fi book in the convention preview, and I was able to get a cover. It was a double cover, you know. He's like, I was able to do a cover for that as well as some interiors. I'm like, oh my God, I'm never going to find this book. So I started looking for it, and lo and behold, like with a little research, I was able to find out that there being a double cover, I was able to find it on eBay. There was one copy, and it was showing the side that was not his, but I knew the other side had his on it. So other people that collect his stuff that I talked to had been looking for it too, but they hadn't talked to John to know that it was a double cover. So I was able to buy that one off eBay, pull it out of the bag and board, and just turn it right on over because it literally splits halfway in the book. There's no actual front to it. So I was able to score that convention preview, and I've only seen one other one, and like you said, it looked like it had been through a shredder. So even though that one looked like it had been through a shredder, I told my other collector what it was and how to find it. He jumped right on that other copy. So I haven't seen another one out there since, but I keep an eye out for them. It's one of those things, if you ever see them, they're so rare, just grab them.
It's about the chase, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
100%.
and just knowing that's his rarest cover that there is, and mine's pristine. It could easily hit like a 9.4, 9.6 without a cleaner press, but I would never grade it because some of his concept designs are on the inside. If I grade it, I can't see them.
Mm.
You know, there's some stuff that I'll never grade.
Means you need to find another one.
Exactly, that's what I'm working on. I want a beater copy, but yeah, when I was talking to him, yeah, so there'll be a big announcement that involves John Jang with the 1,000 subscriber giveaway that I've already been talking to him about and everything. But that's 240 subs away from now, so we'll talk about that when it's time.
All right, so everybody, next week, May 12th, be here for the 1,000 subscriber giveaway.
I'm shooting for July is what I'm honestly shooting for. I'm not actively pushing, but that just seems to have been the progression of it. I hit about a giveaway a month or so. So yeah, but in July I'm also taking 10 days off from life and going to St. Simon's Island. I do it once a year. Just check out. That's the only time I take off from work at all. And yeah, just enjoy it. I go there every year because I don't want to go travel for vacation. I want to go relax for vacation. So there's two ways I vacation. Like I can go somewhere I haven't been and have to figure out where I'm going, figure out the place, wonder about how much everything's going to cost, and worry the whole time.
Mhm.
Or I can go on vacation to a low-key beach that I'm completely familiar with and just go relax. And that's
Yeah, and I think as a dad, it always falls on you to get the itinerary together and make sure everybody gets where they're supposed to be, and everybody has a good time.
Yeah,
So,
we've gone here for so many years that like we can go get on the dolphin tour boat like for next to nothing, and taking the kids on that is great because for me that means I just get to sit back for like 2 hours and do nothing in the shade because it is covered, and just let the kids just sit there and do them. And we can hop over to Jekyll Island right next door where there's unclean beaches, no waves, which is perfect for little kids, and you can chase crabs around and stuff. We got all the driftwood, so it's a lot easier than going to a beach with crazy waves and people everywhere, and it ain't worth it all. But maybe when they're older and they care about boogie boarding and stuff like that, but right now, I'm just trying not to let them drown.
that's true.
All right, let's give something away. All right, we have that Hoarder's Hide mystery box. That real quick. Again, Hoarder's Hide on YouTube. Nick, can you throw his link in the chat for me, please?
Orders high, yes, sir.
But Hoarder's Hide is awesome, dude. He has an insane collection. He has an insane setup. He actually professionally works with security gear, cameras, stuff like that. So when you see him going live, anytime he goes live or does videos, he's just literally been tinkering with his setup. He just started doing YouTube like about a month ago. But dude, you're talking about keys. This dude, he'll just like be pulling out. I'm talking willy-nilly like GSX, and I can't even begin to like golden age books like it's nothing, just first appearances like it's nothing. And he's been pressing them himself. Like he's teaching himself how to press on golden age books. And he did a GSX giant size X-Men. What was it, Nick, yesterday?
Yeah, and this morning it had me drooling. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I was tense knowing he was about to do that, but he did amazing on it.
It did.
It looked really good. But he has a mystery box. It's going to be 10 book mystery lot, so you never know what you're going to get just because the nature of his collection. It is absolutely insane. But let me pull up. I know that he's got one. So the flashy book that he pulled out to show for it, he's going to throw 9 more with it, is Thor 371, which is the first appearance of Justice Peace. So we're going to do a number for this. So we're going to do 1 through 30 again. So when I put the starting line in the chat, everybody can pick a number. Pick a number between 1 through 30. Y'all got the number?
Yep.
The starting line is in there.
Somebody got it.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
You guys been on a lucky run lately, Mr.
Yeah.
Austin Rains.
Austin Rains. All right. Dude, when we were talking to Austin, I think it was last Saturday night because the Burke chat got moved back to Saturday because of unforeseen circumstances. And Austin was saying he's going to make sure he shows up for Panda's giveaway to support him. He's definitely not expecting to win anything. He never wins anything. But the dude knocked out 2 home runs in Panda's giveaway. And then he just scored one of these. I actually sent him a message earlier today congratulating him just because I was so excited for him because he's always participating. He's always supporting the community. He's such a great guy. So I'm very excited and happy that he scored another one, man. It feels good to hit those wins. They come in waves too.
Mm. And speaking of support, I want to thank you, Mark, for having me. Congrats again on hitting this huge number. And I think this is just a small step in your whole YouTube career. I see, if you keep putting out what you put out, those bigger numbers aren't, they're not far behind, far away.
I appreciate that. It's definitely been weird because, I continually get subscribers, but it's not like I have any videos that explode or go viral or anything. I'm not doing like those catchy thumbnails and stuff. And so I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Your consistency is key.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Like my CGC videos did really well, but I haven't done a CGC video in almost like a year or something like that, or half a year. But everything just constantly kind of gets views, and it's like, oh, it's pretty neat. I'm glad people are coming and hanging out. But I'm right there with you, man.
My live chats are consistently getting more and more people, and I feel like that's kind of like if people enjoy my channel, it's got to be more for that than anything, just the hangout stuff, which is my favorite part as well. But I don't know. It's fun, like you mentioned, and that's really all that matters, getting to hang out with people and talk to everyone in the chat.
Yep.
No, Austin, thank you for your pessimism the other day because it just makes these victories even enjoyable for the rest of us. Chip Getler says content is keen, knowledgeable, and enthusiasm is a win. I still would just give Finn all the credit.
Oh, yeah, having a cute kid does help.
Yeah.
All right,
So I said, it's because you're cute, Legion.
On that note, I'm going to head out. I've been up since 4:30, so it was a pleasure hanging out. Comic Man Andy, you are hilarious, brother, and I appreciate the jokes. I'm glad you guys can put up with the glare.
I mean, before you go, though, I'm really, really excited. I've started reading a comic book in Braille for the first time, right? Like I'm trying really hard. It's really interesting. It's a horror comic book. Something bad is going to happen. I can feel it.
Good night, Cleveland.
Peace out, Nick.
Yeah, have a good one, guys. Take care.
You too. All right, Andy, we're going to burn through these last few best we can real quick. That was a good one. So I got Miracle Molly, Ghost Rider. I can feel it. And Lois Lane. So do you study these? Do you go to a website? Are you on a website?
I don't know, man. I had a child and something changed in me, and I retain these things to some degree.
How old your kid?
4. He's at that poop smearing stage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one that's terribly perfect. So you understand the potty training stage and how furiously terrible this can be.
I'm in it.
We have entered the 3rd stage, which apparently is poop smearing.
Okay. Have that to look forward to, I guess. My oldest, my 13-year-old, it was like flawless with her. Finn is just stubborn. Like he's stubborn.
All you see is brown, man. It's just okay. You had a giveaway. You wanted to do.
Yeah, in Hoarder's Hide, we just gave away the mystery box that you donated, brother. Austin Rains himself won it. You'll recognize Austin from all the chats. So, Austin, you should know how to get a hold of Hoarder's Hide on IG. So hit him up on IG, and he'll get that out. And thank you again, Hoarder's Hide, for the awesome mystery box donation tonight. Mike never got out of the poop smearing stage.
Spider Grandpa.
A little bit of everything. A little bit of everything, Scott. Check your Instagram, man. I hope you're not talking to me, Joe. I got too much going on right now, man. It is. If it is okay, not where it is.
So Nick said he was up at 4:30. Aren't you an early riser too?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm up early. I'm up about 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning as well. Now I'm on first shift. So you said
Joe
10 mystery books in this box from Hoarder's Hide, right?
10, yeah. And he doesn't, dude, like, I saw him, he put together some mystery boxes a few weeks ago for Burt Family 54's little sales night that he does once a month. And, dude, he had Golden Age books in some of them, like more fun comics and stuff. And just, he literally, it's a well-versed mystery box, Marvel, DC, like some independent horror stuff, like all kinds of stuff, and from all ages. That was the best part. So, I am pissed for falling victim to the Braille joke. You got one. And for those who weren't in here earlier, that's Austin LeMay, the one and only, the fantastic artist. And if you don't know, now you know. Hashtag Austin over Peach. That's a thing I'm trying to make happen.
Read it in Braille.
Yeah, read it in Braille. All right, so real quick, I want to pop over to the screen share thing here. Share screen. Share. So we're back at the YouTube comic generator, and we're going to give away this Miracle Molly set. I don't know if you can see me on the side of the screen over here, but it's Batman 106, which was the first issue after Future State where Miracle Molly had a cameo, by the term that they use in comic books, not the definition of cameo. But then we had Batman 108 that came out this week that's considered her first full appearance. So for the winner of that book, we're going to randomize it from the comments, and we have no idea what's going on. That's not what I wanted. I hit his name. Let's pick another winner. Here we go. For that, we have
Hey, he's in the house. He was in the house earlier, I thought.
I'm going to go ahead and spin it one more time, unless you see him pop up in the comments while I do it for that backup. Boom, Hefe Kendricks. That's my local buddy here. We were just hanging out at the LCS yesterday. And he went in there, and I was with him while I picked up my
Catman's here.
Okay, so Catman's here. There he is. He's here, so he is able to claim that. Oh, Joe! Finally! Okay, and in the house. Over, kinda. Heck yeah. Cat fan, I hear you're in the chat. So you just won those the first appearance of Miracle Molly, and then what people are calling the first appearance of Miracle Molly. So we have the first appearance, and then what people are calling the first appearance. You got them both.
Nice.
So if you will reach out to me on Instagram, not right now. I mean, you can, but if I don't get back at you, I get messages all the time. Hit me up tomorrow. You know what I mean? When everything's died down a little bit, so I have time to actually talk with you and get your information and have it where it's organized for me to get these books out to you. Okay, and what is happening? Look at
He's shaking, my man. Hey, first off, let me say how gracious it is to be on your show. 700 subscriber. I know everybody's like 1,000, but you know, to get to 1,000, you got to hit 700. So congratulations. That is not an easy feat. Super proud of you. You've always supported Blaster. I'm representing Blaster Stash It tonight. So from us over at Blaster Stash It, me, Mike, and Huey, hey man, congratulations. You always bring everything to the channel. Like you're in there and you're doing the thing, man, and that's really cool. Thank you for it.
Dude, that's all credit on y'all for that, man. Y'all put on an amazingly entertaining show. You can tell that you guys are just three best friends that have just been through it and have had a blast at stashing comics for years together. And that's what's so fun about it. It's authentic and y'all are just down to earth and real about it. And the fact that y'all are actually talking comics, talking stories, and reviewing books is just what draws me in. That's like I said earlier, is where my passion is in the actual comics. I mean, speculating on comics is all well and fun, and owning stuff that's valuable, of course, that's great. But my first love is reading the books.
Yeah, just read the book. What does the book say to you? So, with your permission, I would like to do a giveaway on your show. If that's all. It's your show, man. Meat potatoes himself.
What the fuck is going on?
Hot dog and tater tots.
Hey, are we allowed to curse on here? Because that's all I do.
I don't, but I wouldn't have invited you and told you how to act either, though. So, you know what I'm saying? Do you?
What were you saying about Blaster to Stash It?
I thought I was represented, but now you're here. So, like, it's hot dog and tater tots right here for all of you.
Right here. Well, he was here.
Here I am.
Who
There
knows
he
what's
is.
going on over there?
Dude, it is. This is the first time I've actually been able to talk with any of y'all in real time.
What do you want? What do you want to know? We'll give you some
What do you
advice.
want to know?
Yeah. No, this is awesome. It's like you were saying, I watch you guys all the time, talk to you guys in the chats all the time. Pocan, y'all even donated the poof box that you made in your secret lair for Finn, which that video is still coming.
Hey, Miss So, she says Joe and Mike tonight. I'm a lucky girl. That's not the first time a girl has said that to us.
Actually, it is to me. Like,
Hashtag Eiffel Tower.
And by the way, Comic Man Andy, I don't know if you know this, but I always catch you on the rewind, and I love everything you do. But sometimes I listen to things in my car, and I just don't have time to, like I'm not trying to text in my car, right? So I try to catch up on comic book content as much as I can. I enjoy your show just as much as everybody. However, I'm probably not as engaged in yours, but I love your content and I love your personality.
I'm honored.
I meet you tonight.
I'm honored. I've been watching you guys since Baltimore. Remember when we got to hang out in Baltimore in 19?
Oh, that was awesome.
And I'm the same way. There's so many amazing channels with so much amazing content. This connective tissue that we have that's comic books is great, but it's the people that's the best part. The thing is it's near impossible to comment on everything. But as long as I catch the rewinds, I listen to a lot of stuff driving to and from work. I have an hour commute each way every day.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that I do as well. So I'm honored, man. Thank you. It's great to see you guys again.
Good to see you too, man. It's good to see you too.
Joe's always talking with his hands.
Yeah, I'm Jewish.
A phalanges
That's
man.
what I do.
He's a dirty Jew.
So real quick, guys, do y'all want to, before we go any farther, do you want to tell everyone what's going on with the hashtag hot dog tater tot?
Do you want what's going on right now, or do you want the whole story? Things might get a little weird.
I mean, we know where babies come from. I'm talking about the challenge, the 7-question giveaway.
So this, I have to turn this over to Mikey because Mikey is the originator of this contest. I'm just the face.
Man,
So,
I got to talk some more.
Mikey,
Yes.
tell them what the magical 7 questions are and how to enter to Would You Rather contest. And what I'll do is I will do a giveaway tonight as a congratulations to 700 subscribers. This way, we're legit.
All right, so over on the Blaster Stash It channel, we are holding our second Would You Rather contest. We did the first one a couple years ago. It was a big hit. Had great. I think Joey, before you were even on the show, you entered that one, and I think we're at 800 and some odd subscribers on the Blaster Stash It channel, and it's kind of a road to 1,000 thing. I'm not going to go through all the questions, but all we're asking you to do is go over to the channel, sub to all of us, and make a video and we're going to be giving away some great prizes. Joey's got something in the works. I'm going to have a box of books and Funko Pop, and Dave's going to send a twig and berries. I don't know what he does.
Like whatever they got in Oregon.
You know,
No matter what it is, I've posted the link twice now into the chat for anybody to go straight over to the promo video for it. And from that promo video, it could take you wherever you need to go. It's in the description and all that good stuff. So definitely check it out. And also every Friday night, 10 o'clock Eastern time on YouTube, you can see these guys in their full glory, just having a blast while they review and rip comics, man. It's hilarious. It's a good time. As busy as my schedule is, I'm pretty much there every week. Like I make time for it.
He's
Okay.
laying there rubbing his
I've been
dog.
to drill the kid, and I go lay down.
Yeah,
We appreciate it. So I wanted to do something special for you tonight, because I know you always want to talk the philosophy stuff, and we can't always do that in a live chat. I get it. But I wanted to do something special for your channel tonight because I really like you and Comic Vet and New Guy. I don't know why people are saying Nux. Well, I know why, because there's an X. But
Because I don't watch his channel. They
I
should.
tell you what, that is a clean bed too. Like he's got
It
a
is.
clean bed going. I always talk about that bed. So I wanted to do a little thing. How are you going to give these away? This is your channel. You do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I'm going to give away right now. And these are just some lucky finds. Look, I'm not giving away. I'm a golden age collector. So when I find other things that are for the community, I want to be sure they get out there. So the first one is Captain America and Bucky number 334.
Oh wow.
Yeah, gone too soon. Gone too soon.
gone too soon.
Gone too soon. Right?
Is that book a $1 book again?
I found him at $1. I don't know what they're going for now.
The show's over.
I wanted to do 332 as well.
Ooh. Love that cover.
That you know what, that is a beautiful cover.
Yeah, I just got that one out of a B. Ramey box a couple months ago.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I also want to do something kind of funny. I was able to pick up another one of these, so I want to give one back out to the community. And this is the generic comic book.
What is that?
Bubba, this was a gimmick that Marvel did a few years. I don't know why this isn't a hot item. A lot of this was not produced. Like, this is kind of proof that the comic book market is kind of, and look, I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings, but there's some fictitious behind it. Because this is rare as it gets. Like, this is hard to find. And because nobody took it seriously, and you won't find much of it. But the cool thing about it is it's actually a good story. So I'm going to throw that in there too. I'm going to throw out, because Loki's popular right now, right? We got Vote Loki number 4.
I think we'll actually see something along that scene in the show, like just from the trailer we see him with all like the campaign
I'm
stuff.
do something that's kind of cool for the modern collector.
Yeah.
But this is probably the biggest one out there. I want to go ahead and do a Captain America 193.
Oh my god.
Throw that in there too. And let's see here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to throw 6 to make it an even pound. We'll do American number 1, volume
2. Yeah, that's volume 2.
So we'll throw that in there. I'll throw a couple other things in there just to round up the weight. So I paid 1 flat fee. We'll do that. And how you want to give these away, man? This is your show. Roll with it.
I think the numbers is a quick and easy way to do it. It really gives the people who are actually here supporting the channel the upper hand on it. So I think that's fair. Like the 2 CGC slabs, I'm going to do the comment generator for, so that everybody's not punished who can't make it for an hour and 20 minutes of me just BSing. So
yeah, just hit me up on Instagram. Shoot me a message. It's Pocan_Joe. I'll put it in the chat, and winner's the winner.
before I even well, you're gonna have to wait till after they win it, or there are gonna be too many numbers and it's gonna go away. But I just modded you so you're able to put it in the chat when it's time.
Okay.
All right, I sent a number in the private chat so y'all can see what the number is. We're gonna go through 1 through 30 again, because it's just a lot simpler. So as soon as you see the starting line, feel free to start guessing numbers.
Hey, Joe, while he takes care of that real quick and they start guessing those numbers, man, I'm trying out for the Olympics this year in tennis. Yeah. It's like, seriously, I'm going to try out for a new form. It's called silent tennis.
Uh-huh.
It's like regular tennis, but without the racket.
Nice. Yeah, guarantee, man.
Oh man, it's really taking them a long time to get it this time. Got it. My buddy Chip Getler is the first one to hit number 20. Chip Getler.
All right, Chip Getler.
Y'all know Chip. He's got an awesome semi-new channel. He's got probably one of the most impressive setups I've seen. He's a great member of this community. He's a fantastic member. He's got a channel, so make sure everyone goes and subs up Chip Getler. And Chip, make sure you go sub up Pocan Joe's channel, The Spectacular Spider Grandpa, and both of them come together like butt cheeks every Friday night on Blasting and Stashing Comics. So most
You don't
importantly,
understand the love that me and Spectacular Spider Grandpa have.
He still won't let me take a bath at his house, though.
No, I have a porn star bathtub. Like, seriously, I could do a Twitch stream from it.
Don't drop the toaster. God.
Chip, I'm going to assume that you're able to find him on Instagram to reach out to him, that I don't have to go out of my way to go pull the link off of Instagram.
Now, pop the name in, and that should be easy enough.
Yeah.
Trust me, there's not a lot of
Chip
Pokemon
is very
out
tech savvy. I saw that comment you dropped earlier, Mike. All your comics go to your grandkids or to Pocan. They're going to have to fight about it.
Yeah.
And they're little. Like, his grandkids are going to be little.
Well, I'm
That's
not-
gonna be nice.
So you don't stand a chance, Pocan.
Hey, man, I never said I was going to die anytime soon. I hope not, anyway. I might drop dead tonight. He's going to inherit about 12,000 books, about almost 1,500 Funko Pops.
All right, so funny thing about that. So for people that don't know, I a lot of these books, we do weekly hauls, right? That's kind of our thing. So you end up buying a lot of comic books, and you buy a lot of things you don't want to keep, right? You're just reading stuff, and you're reviewing it. That's the goal of what we do. So you end up with a bunch of stuff that you don't want. So what I do is stuff that I don't want to keep or anything like that, I bundle it. And instead of doing an online auction that takes for hours and trying to dump things for 2 minutes, I just take it down to my local auction who has an online thing, right? So, and they literally put in the thing, YouTuber that reviews comic books doesn't want to keep. And they put that out there. So whenever I run one of the auctions, I always make sure there's links and stuff like that. And I'll throw some Silver Age and some Golden Age stuff that I have like duplicates of because I'll buy a collection or something. So I throw a lot of things in there. And I'm not promoting. Let me be very clear. So the question is always, what do you do with the comic books you don't want to keep? I auction that shit off for $1. So if I spend $3 on it, you tell me it's worth $20, but people only buy it for $1. That's why I think speculation sometimes can be.
Biggie, I'll sit here and screenshot this whole run of numbers and send it to you if it makes you feel better. Chip Getler got it first, man. Just because the way it comes in on your screen is not the way it populates on my screen. There's lag and it has to go through the YouTube channels and everything. It's just the way it goes. But I'll happily screenshot this entire thing in order and send it to you if you want. I don't want anybody to feel like they've been cheated out of anything, man.
Yeah, we don't want anything weird. And if you really feel like you were cheated in it, you go ahead and Instagram me too. I won't promise those books.
but I'll send you something. I think that would be fair. If
Can
you're
I
really,
Instagram you too?
Bubba, you can just drive over here. You're literally like I could walk to your house.
No,
But you can't
fucking
take a shower.
Yeah, you ain't taking a bath there.
You'd rather him just stink up your house?
Huh? Trust me, I from the evil layer, the way I come in smelling, Spectacular Spider Grandpa's not a problem. Like the welding, the blacksmithing, and then I come inside. Yeah, I'm not. He's not the problem.
Man, so it's been a while since I got to talk to you guys. I mean, it's been a rough day. I'm so happy to hang out with you guys. It's been a really rough day. I got fired from my job today, so
Are
I'm
you going to
really
tell this story again? Because I heard it.
no. In all seriousness, I really did get fired from my job. As a massage specialist, I just they canned me.
Yeah.
There wasn't this specific incident. I guess I just rubbed people the wrong way.
I thought you did something with treadmills. Like you had me hooked for. Like I've been in and out of the chat because I've had to take care of it. You know what? Screw you, Andy. That's bullshit.
I'm gonna get fired here at some point. Oh man, I'm gonna get banned from everywhere.
Hey, Biggie, I sent you 10 screenshots, which are all in order, and there is overlap on them, so you can see there's no break in them because you are a fantastic member of this community, and you definitely support the channel, and I in no way want you to feel like you were cheated out. Again, it's just the way it populates on my phone is all I can go by.
That's fair. Like I said, if one person felt that they were cheated, we'll make it right.
If there's one person that can attest to what I'm saying, it's Austin, because there's been numerous times when he's hit right numbers and on his phone it shows him first, but just because of the lag time it takes, other people have got in there. That's why it was such a big running thing with Austin not winning, because he's always hitting the right numbers, but on his phone it shows, but on our ends it like just populates differently. So it was that's why that whole big to do with him actually hitting all these prizes here recently has been such a big deal, because he normally has the worst luck in the world with lag.
Not a problem. Just if there's a problem, hit me up on Instagram. We'll make it right. Like we will figure it out. I'm giving them away. We'll make it right, and you'll be happy. Don't worry.
Give them away now. So I've been singing that in my head the whole.
I got a whole crazy amounts of comic books here. I'm like, do I wrap them up for the auction, or do I just give them out? Like, it's not a problem, guys. It's not a problem.
Speaking of rigged, if y'all don't watch the new game show Rigged on Slotted Up 503's channel, myself and the Comic Vet just went head to head this past Sunday, and I showed y'all how DC trivia is done, son.
Nice. I did see that, and you did crazy stupid.
They tried to throw me under the bus with a couple of them. It didn't work.
Yeah, they tried
the DC.
They tried that doesn't even make, like, people have seen me debate before, and I immediately ignore when you do the or if. No, I ain't hearing it, son. This is the way it is.
Yeah.
I don't hear that bullshit.
There was one I just had to stop. I didn't want to hear the multiple choice. They tried to get me with how many characters in the DC universe have a name with Captain in the front of it. And they gave me the options, and it was like the options were 3, 6, 15, or 20. And I was thinking about it, and I said, so my options are 3, 6, 15, or 20. He goes, yes, your options are 6, 20, 15, or 3, and threw my thinking all out of order. So I just ran past 6 in my head and guessed with 15 and nailed it. But it was fun, man. It was really a blast.
Well, I hate to tell you this, and you can be mad at me, but you would have been wrong. And the question shouldn't have been right because of this book right here.
But that's Marvel.
No, they mention a DC character in it with the name Captain.
I'm gonna have to look that book up now.
It's ridiculously stupid. It's so it's so obscure of a book. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and I saw Biggie mention that in the comments. Like by the time they got us on question 3, he's like, "Dude, these are way harder than they normally are." And I think it's because Jason knew that both Chris and myself have kind of just grown up around comics,
Yeah.
which I appreciate. It was fun. It was definitely difficult.
And that's super cool. That's why I always go to like you and Andy and things like that when I start getting a little confused about certain things in the because I've been in comic books, I was out of comic books, and then I was kind of back in comic books, and then I was like way out of comic books. Because military, like Andy gets it and Mike gets it because they're both vets. Like you get it, right? The stateside beer girls comics, right? How does that work? And then you deploy for long periods of time. And then the PX has got like that bullshit free PX book that nobody fucking cares about. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. But you have that. Or you just kind of fall out because of horrible story. Like I'm a story guy, right? Story's my thing. I fall out of story. And then so but now I'm back. I'm retired. I got an evil lair, so I got to keep up the track. So yeah, like it gets hard. Comic book trivia is hard now.
You got a fan on your IG account.
Do I? Oh wow.
All right, so I'm about to give away this Superman's girlfriend Lois Lane number 115 in the CTC 7.5. So
Ooh.
I'm a big Superman fan, big DC fan, and I scored this at a great price. I know that we have some other Superman fans out there, and if they're not, I'm sure they would like to start with this book right here. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen real quick.
Click my comment again really quick.
What is it?
Click my comment again really quick and drop it. Oh, yeah.
Noob over here. All right, we're going to pick another winner for this one right here. This is going to go to Jonathan Michael. So, Jonathan, you have 48 hours to hit me up on IG or email me, or either the book goes to Eric Durant's Station. That's like the sweetest mustache I've ever seen.
So Legion, while I'm talking to you for the first time, I got something to show you since you're a big Christopher Reeve Superman guy.
Yeah.
This is my actual lunchbox from kindergarten or first grade.
Ooh.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh my God. Does it have a thermos in it?
Still has a thermos in it.
Oh, snap.
That's oh no, that's his that's a rocket he traveled in. Crystal rocket. In all seriousness, is it just up on a shelf for decoration at this point?
Yeah, pretty much.
Dude, that's awesome. I have a Superman 10 as well, but it's not actual movie merch. It's just it was a gift to me. I think it was a Hallmark one that they did with Action Comics 1 on one side or something. But somebody gifted it to me.
Gotcha.
I didn't think about it, but I have a Superman #1 annual. The first annual of Superman ever in the Golden Age.
What's your lowest number Superman issue that you have?
Well, I have an Action Comic. I'll throw Action Comics in because we know how that went. I have #5.
You have Action Comics #5?
Yes. Yes. And I have a Superman #17. Those are my earliest.
I think Andy's right here with me. Like, you have an Action Comics #5?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the most sober I've ever seen you right now.
No, I'm not sober.
Trying to keep a straight face. This
No,
is insane.
No, Spectacular Spider Grandpa knows. I like Action Comics and Superman and stuff like that, but my collecting, if you will, is actually Golden Age. I have Ranger Comics. I have Kelly's Rangers. I have Kelly's astronauts. Like I like very old 1940s Golden Age comics. That's what I truly collect. But I don't pass up on deals. Some people in our local area, if they have comic books and they're ready to go, but they don't really want it because they're kind of the hoarder mentality. I'm very patient with them. But they got to understand, like we always kind of work it out. And I live in an area where there are, people that are older. We live in the South. They're older and they tend to like the guy from the local organization that they're a part of. And you just got to be patient with them. And you end up with some really cool stuff. So I have my Golden Age collection is almost complete. I'm still looking for some very rare Ranger Kellys and some very old Ranger comic stuff and some Zubu. But when it comes to my Silver Age collection, I only need a handful of things there that I like to collect. Modern stuff, I like to collect modern stuff because of the reads. And like I have the complete War of the Realms deal. Like I loved War of the Realms. You could see me on blast with that shit. When it came out, I was giddy like a schoolgirl. I loved the storylines in it. That was just great stuff. So yeah, the question is Cocaine Joe a legit collector? That's always been the thing. I don't normally show off that kind of stuff. Every now and then I do a haul video, but truth is, if I pick up a large haul of old stuff, I'm like, this is mine. This is not what I'm known for on YouTube. I'm usually the basher on Blasters. That's how people know me.
I would love to see some photos of some old golden stuff. Tell you what, when Scott starts pulling out his stuff, it's just eye candy. You start drooling, man.
Oh yeah.
And for people like yourself, I'm sure you're probably the same way. You've been doing it for however many years you've been collecting it. It's just part of your collection, so you're used to pulling out those books and holding them in your hand, and it's every day for you.
I'm very meticulous when it comes to my Golden Age. I've gotten to the point to where I only want horror and spaceships in the Golden Age because it's very niche. It's beautiful artwork, and I like that. And even in the early Silver Age, where they kind of carried that over, that's kind of my thing right now, where I'm kind of focusing on that right now. It's amazing how this hobby evolves as you go through it. And Mike will tell you the same thing. He likes very modern stuff. He likes very hot stuff, spicy stuff, if you will, where I'm cheesy and corny. So, your reflection is always, or your collection is always a reflection of your personality.
Mm-hmm.
There's last week's meat and potatoes today.
Can't pass that up.
No, you can't.
So where does the barbecue sauce go on that one?
All over.
You got 3 kids. You know where it goes.
All right, later, Hefe. I'm going to do this last giveaway here in just a few, man.
So yeah, Joe, as a Golden Age collector, about dipping into that pool, right? About when you first got into it. I'm finally kind of making that move, and I've got a couple of close books, but I'm after that United States Marines no number.
Oh yeah, good. Oh,
was that 53 or is it 52? I can't remember.
52.
I want that to be my first big Golden Age grail.
Yeah, you were a Marine Corps guy, right?
Yep, that's why I told myself years ago that I needed to get into these, and I needed to do it a long time ago. And I kind of always prioritized it a little bit lower because they weren't quite like fire. Like they were on fire for a while there, but beforehand they were quiet, and I missed that boat.
Yeah.
But now it's like I got to save up for it. I just got to make it happen so that it's kind of like any grade is better than no grade situation. I want a graded
Yeah.
copy of that no number.
Yeah, and that's really where you're at right now with a lot of Golden Age, because what we're starting to find out, and I don't know if I want to be mad about this or not, but I'm going to try to be cool about it. There was a time, right, where Golden Age collectors, that was a very niched thing because everybody in Golden Age was extremely niched. You collected war, like you were subject matter focused,
Yeah.
right?
Jungle covers.
Right? And then all of a sudden on YouTube, like everything with comic books, like it happens, and nobody's mad about it, but it exploded that there was these guys that were out there that were willing to pay whatever to do whatever, and it became hot. Like you can catch just as many Golden Age shows or people that are experts in Golden Age, they knew to get online and talk about their collections, and this made it popular. And it made collectors like me, like nobody was thinking about Ranger comics. Like that was a straight, very low count. And mind you, when I say Ranger comic, I'm not talking about Rangers. It was just the name of the comic. It was basically a Western comic for the longest time. But the earlier phases of it, right, dealt with Rangers, and those were the ones that I really wanted. All of a sudden, it went from I went to a Baltimore Comic Con story time with Uncle Pocan Joe. The first time me and Mike went to Baltimore Comic Con is when I was able to pick up some very low count issues super cheap. And when I say super cheap, you're talking Golden Age, right? So you're dealing with cash-wise, you're dealing with a different amount of money, right? So, $200-$300 an issue, like it was super easy. You were picking those up. And I was still able to pick up a lot of good Silver Age and stuff like that. Like I come to a Comic-Con, you can ask Mike, I bring a stack of cash. Like it's budgeted. And I always expect a cheaper price if I pay cash. All of a sudden, I don't know what happened. We went to Cincinnati, we went to Chicago, and then we went back to Baltimore, and like everything grew by 50%. Like it was dealers that I knew automatically because they were like, well, on YouTube, this guy said, and I'm like, dude, I collect from you, and I have a YouTube channel. I don't do any of that. What are you talking about? Like, I'm giving you this cash money. And like I draw hard lines. Like I'm not a guy that likes negotiating for long periods of time. I would draw hard lines. So I decided to spend my money on a lot of Silver Age. And then I bought up like some high-end Silver Age stuff. I put out one video about all the Silver Age stuff. All of a sudden, these Golden Age collectors are contacting me. I liked your price before. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to get into something you haven't delved into, but thankfully, there are a lot of fine people like you guys out there that are willing to share at least the knowledge, the core knowledge, right?
There is one cool thing, and I think it's a very undervalued, and I would like to see more people hunting for it. It's actually one of the first legit error prints of all time, and it comes from Kelly's Rockets. And the fifth issue that they put out is actually a misprint, and it's an error. I'm throwing this knowledge out there for all of you because you can find this book. It's rare to begin with, but people don't realize how rare it is. It's actually misprinted. It's issue 5, but in the book it's issue 4.
Ooh.
So there's 2 4s out there right now. Kelly Rocket is an undervalued book right now. And
when you say undervalued, what is the current value at?
Oh, the book is $400.
And that's undervalued.
Yeah, and mind you, that's a mid-grade book because nobody recognizes it as an error print. But it's issue 5 with an issue 4. So what you do is you find issue 5. It says issue 5 on the inside, but it says issue 4 on the outside. You find that book, I promise you, look, I don't make many promises. Collect what you want. When other people start recognizing this for what it is as an error, we like our error prints and to follow the same rules as every other error print out there. But nobody considers this. And I'm like, I got 2 of them. And I'm not a speculator, but I'm going to hold on to it. And I'm rich. I do what I want. I'm going to let you guys talk for a little bit. I got to feed my dog real quick.
What's the name of the book? Tell Scott the name of the book real quick. You're just talking about.
I want to say it's Kelly Rockets or Kelly or Roger Kelly. That's the name of the book. I tell you what. Let me take a leak real quick. I'll pull the book for you.
Sounds good. Mike, what do you collect right now? What do you aim for?
Anything and everything. Like, you've seen my hauls. I just grab everything.
Is there anything you're trying to fill? Anything you're chasing after from the past?
Not really. I mean, my wife got me them 2 Wolverine #1s from the miniseries and the ongoing. I think just in time too, because they skyrocketed. I guess Hulk 181s, everybody's priced out of that. So I'm trying to fill the 2nd volume of Wolverine. So, and I got 90% of the keys for that. So it's just
Nice.
grabbing.
Probably about a year ago, I dumped all my Wolverine books. I didn't sell them out for value. I just took them to my local honey hole, where you just buy, sell, and trade,
Yeah.
And I just sold them to him for probably 30 cents or 30% of what the going rate is, because he sells everything under going rate as well. Just because I'm not that big of a Wolverine guy. I like the character, but it was I just ended up getting a ton of it in a collection I bought, and I just kind of came off all of it. It wasn't none of the first series or the limited series. It was just all like the 90 series run and some of the Wolverine and Kitty Pryde stuff, which will probably start heating up a little bit with Kitty Pryde kind of going crazy right now. But I got my 181 in a 4.5 probably about close to a year ago, but it's already doubled in value from what I bought it for.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Yeah, the only 2 Wolverine books I'm still looking for is where he first fights Deadpool. It's that like all red cover.
Mm-hmm.
I think Deadpool's got him up on swords or something. And the video game cover for the NES Wolverine game done by Jim Lee. That's hard to find.
Yeah, at some point I wonder if Punisher War Journal #8 is the cover for the NES game too, done by Jim Lee. I wonder if that's gonna at some point get caught on.
Is that the one where he's falling in the trash can shooting?
It's the one where he's standing on top of like a city building with like the Dark Knight background, and it's kind of purple-esque or purplish. They use that on the NES cartridge, and that's been my favorite Jim Lee War Journal cover for a long, long time.
Boom, that's good news. Vincent McLean, the Comic Machine, just finished filming his Road to 500 giveaway. Chugging right along. That's awesome news. That's a great guy to talk to. So I guess it's time to hit this last giveaway right here. I think we've made people wait as long enough. I've had a blast actually talking with you guys. Like I said, this is the first time actually being live with you guys hanging out.
Yeah, man, you have to come on our show one time. Talk shit about some comics.
That one week that y'all weren't able to do this show, probably about 3-4 weeks ago. Yeah, I left a comment saying next time someone can't make it, just shoot me the link. I'll be happy to come on.
Right,
I'm at the point now where I crunch read on Fridays so that I can listen to all the reviews. I'm serious because I normally pick up everything other than DC on Fridays. Like my shops release DC on Tuesdays, and I'm off on Tuesdays, so I'm able to get them all. So by Friday, I've read all my DC stuff, but I'm picking up everything else, trying to crunch read.
We used to do the show on Sunday nights back when we first started.
Well, I'm glad you changed that.
but because of my work schedule, Sunday nights are too rough for me. So I
Yeah.
still have on Sunday or Saturday. I still have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. But yeah.
We all make sacrifices for you, the community.
Hey Joe, go screw yourself.
No, I was just giving you a compliment. What? You see how I get treated over at Blaster Stash? Like I get blasted. Like it's horrible. Anybody need a co-host? No, I'm joking. So the book I was talking about is Rocket Kelly. Now this is a unique book. Now right here it says it's issue number 5, but in 3 different places. You know, normally where you read a comic book, it consistently back in the golden age they would do it 3 different times, and it calls this issue number 4.
I think there's a porn star called Rocket Kelly. Or Kelly Rockets.
Now, is that actually issue 4 or 5?
So that's the question, right? So it's actually issue 5. On the front cover, it calls it correctly, but in 3 different places, because they were very big about advertising in this, who it is, in 3 different places in it, it calls it issue 4. That's an error print to me.
Yeah. I mean, that's an error print by definition of error print, I think.
And the cool thing is, they didn't like this wasn't a time where you would redact things. This is all on very old school pulp paper. Like this is old stuff. Like you touch this stuff with gloves. Like you don't just handle it. So it's one of, and I have all 5 of the issues. And first off, I like them. One, like any comic book collector, the cover art. I like the cheesy. This is what a rocket ship looks like. I think this is before we went to the moon. Right?
That's how we were going to get
amazing.
There. Right? That's what a rocket ship looked like.
In a giant dildo.
Yeah, a giant dildo with a mohawk.
With a Yondu dildo.
Yeah, right.
I'm not going to be able to unsee that.
So if
it whistles.
Looking to get into golden age, I kind of think my thing is kind of like over at Comic Core, they have the Golden Age collectors guys. I would definitely check those out. Those guys are very solid for information. And I put my Instagram in there. If you have any questions, I'm always happy to answer them. If you want to see some content on Golden Age stuff, I just never thought that was popular, so I didn't like. I don't put it on my channel, but if something you're interested in,
shut up, Joey.
You have no Golden Age.
What?
You have junk. No, I'm joking. I've seen Mike's collection.
My man wants to give away a Ghost Rider.
I want to hear about Mike's collection.
So Mike, like legit, Mike's collection, his wife had to get involved in this because things were getting out of control. And we had to run a lot of things on the old auction house. So I was flipping through, and when Mike says, whatever, I'll buy whatever, he legitimately does. Like he is a comic book fan. It's very obvious. He knows, like he just buys it and reads it, and it is.
What does my man cave look like?
I like comic book fandom threw up on it.
and I not only have one room down here, I have the upstairs too.
Speaking of which, I may start doing some videos from the secret layer 2.
What, upstairs?
That's like my dad, who's been collecting since 62, 63. He's got an entire room in his house that has more books in it than a local comic shop. Then he renovated his attic for just his archives for completed series and stuff like that. And then he has about 30 totes where he buys his new books from the LCS, and they come home. He just dates the bag and puts them in the totes, like actual storage totes. Just that he hasn't got to reading yet. And then he's got a whole second room in the storage house. It's just a lot of years go into it.
Then I got 1,500 Funko Pops laying around this place. Most of them are upstairs. Some are in my wife's office.
You should super glue them together and make like a fort, the coolest fort ever. Like super glue the boxes together, make a fort for your little
Make it look
grandkids.
like Castle Grayskull.
Yeah, do it for your grandkids. They would appreciate that.
They abandoned me to Florida.
Wow,
Right, Jeff?
you don't come back from that. You don't just abandon someone to Florida and come back, do you?
Well, my wife, or not my wife, but my daughter abandoned me to Ohio. Like
She'll be back. No one stays in Ohio.
That's what I always said. I was like, you understand, everybody we know from Ohio lives here, and why, whatever.
All right, it is time.
All right, let's do this.
Ghost Rider #1 from 2006. That's the Mark Textera cover, which I actually met him in 2013. I got one of his art books, and he drew me a Hulk on the inside, which is awesome. But this is a Dynamics Forces exclusive book that they put out for this when it came out. It comes with a COA. It is not inside the slab. It's inside the bag. Not sure why they put a COA in it. There's no signature. It's just to verify that this was that shop's exclusive. I guess that's what they did back in 2006.
Yeah, Dynamic Forces did that with all of their stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and it even says on there that it guarantees that it's their book at a 9.6. So the shop themselves must have had it graded, which is cool. So we're going to go back to the shared screen. We're going to go back to the comment generator. Boom, 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 boom. So we are going to spin for this Ghost Rider #1 9.6 Dynamic Forces exclusive. And we have Alfredo Alvarez. I think he's in the chat right now.
Oh, dude, he said he rolled into the chat. He's like, "Y'all are giving away Ghost Rider? Sure, I'd like to read it. I'm quite a book poor mimic." Like, he was pumped. Alfredo,
Yeah.
you pumped, man.
Yeah, he's in the chat.
Dude, wow.
Yeah, that's awesome when they're actually right there. So, Alfredo, you have won. Congrats, congrats, congrats. So, message me on Instagram. Not tonight. I mean, you can, but most likely I won't see it. You probably want to hit me up tomorrow when I don't have 1,000 things going on. So message me on Instagram. And if you do not have an Instagram, there's my email. And if you don't have a pen and paper, don't worry. You can always rewatch this video to the tail end or screenshot it, whatever. But legionofcomics17@gmail.com. Pretty straightforward. So there's that. Yes, you did. So again, for all the winners out there, if you are not in the United States, I'm not going to cover 100% of shipping. I'm not paying to package books to ship them to Antarctica. I will pay a portion of the shipping, and we'll get all those details when we speak. Otherwise, it would cost me more money to ship all this stuff than it would to actually acquire it to give away. And I got books to buy next week. All right, well, I appreciate everyone being here. I'm not going to take any more time out of y'all's night. It's right at the 2-hour mark. Andy, thank you so much, man, for hopping on. And
Thank you for having me, man. I'm gonna get going. And in closing, I gotta ask you, man. I got it. Congratulations on 700. By all means, you're gonna be hitting 1,000 in like 2 weeks. In all seriousness, but I gotta know, man. Do you know what does James Bond do before he goes to sleep? He goes undercover.
that was a softball.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, seriously, thank you. Also, thank you to Hoarder's Hide for donating the mystery box tonight. Thank you to Nick Kicks with Comics for donating that run. Thank you to Burke Family 54 Comics for the donation. Thank you to the Blast and Stash It guys right here for coming on and celebrating with us, as well as giving back to the community. I can't thank you guys enough. I really appreciate everyone's support. And yeah, as always, guys, I'm Mark, but we are Legion.